This is opium in ancient societies. Opium. This plant has achieved much notoriety for its potent analgesic properties and risk of addiction in modern medicine, but also has a storied history of usage in many ancient nations. From physicians in Rome to poets in Greece, going all the way back to the time of the pharaohs, there was always a place for the opium poppy in every society. Opium is extracted from the flowering, bulbous Papaver somniferum and is grown worldwide. When scored, a milky substance will seep out. This is then scraped off and dried out, which makes the substance that we now know as opium. From this substance, powerful substances such as heroin, morphine, and codeine can be synthesized. Today, the opium poppy is a heavily controlled substance. While nowadays opium derivatives are injected intravenously or smoked, the ancient world used the poppy as a mixed-in ingredient. The plant has a recreational use case, but was also the cornerstone of ancient medicine. Even in the ancient times, opium was known to have analgesic properties and used to synthesize many medicines. Eber's papyrus lists several mixtures in which opium is an active ingredient. Under remedy to stop the crying of a child, one must create a mixture from pods of the poppy plant with dirt to then feed the child over 4 days. Another cure was synthesized to address limb disorders, potentially some form of tension or inflammation, as the aim of this treatment was to achieve limb suppleness. Ointment is created from mixing donkey dung, yeast of the opium drink, goat's fat, lettuce, onions, beans, and white oil. This would then be spread out on the affected area. Personally, I just take the Advil. There's also archaeological evidence of the poppy's role in society. Tomb paintings show depictions of a flourishing red poppy plant, and stone engravings in the Karnak temple complex show bulbous drooping plants, a characteristic of the Papaver somniferum. Additionally, certain jewelry, such as Queen Tasseret's earrings, show the drooping plants dangling from a piercing, as seen here. On the right is the Karnak temple complex. The ancient Greeks held similar perceptions about the poppy as there were in Egypt. In Homer's Odyssey, Telemachus and his associates are given a tonic by Helen, who mixed a drug into the wine thereof they drank, a drug to lull all his pain and anger, and bring forgetfulness of every sorrow, which can describe the main side effect of opium usage. What's more, Helen procured this drug from Polydama, an Egyptian woman. Mycenaean artifacts, such as the one on the left, show individuals bowed over, likely from intoxication, with poppies lining the edge. A stone engraving in Corinth shows a photo of Demeter on the right, and Demeter is the goddess of harvest. She is holding grain and poppies in her hand. Aside from mythology and culture, the Greeks also found medicinal and recreational uses for opium. The great physician Hippocrates used milk from the poppy as a sedative and to treat gynecological issues. Later, Greeks discovered the potency and lethality of the plant, and archaeologists have even discovered opium smoking pipes on Cyprus, dating back to the 12th century BC. Like Egypt and Greece, Rome found extensive uses for the poppy and held the plant in high regard. In Dioscorides' De Materia Medica, there are several cataloged entries of poppies, their physical characteristics, and their uses, among several other plants, animals, aromas, seeds, and oils. Many times, the seeds or opium itself would be ground and mixed into a drink or with other ingredients and ingested directly. These methods and recipes treated epidermal sores, gastrointestinal issues, inflammation, women's health concerns, and was adept at inducing sleep. What's even more is they realized the potency of opium and even understood that you could overdose. Another physician, Galen, delivered first-hand accounts on the Emperor Marcus Aurelius's opium addiction. He took copious amounts daily, sometimes with water or wine, sometimes without. During the day, he would doze off or experience the sedative effects. So he took the opium out of his diet, which then led to withdrawal symptoms and insomnia. This is what Galen describes as dry humors. Moreover, Aurelius constantly encountered bizarre visions and an altered perception of reality. Similar to the Greeks, the Romans held reverence to the poppy plant, associating it with the gods in one way or another. The Arapasis, depicts the goddess Tellus, nurturing 2 children on her lap as they play with the bulbs of poppies, with poppies in the background. Once again, we know that these are poppies because of the bulbous heads that are drooping ever so slightly. With artifacts from tomb paintings to jewelry referencing the plant, as well as its extensive documentation in scientific, poetic, and historical texts, opium not only cements itself as a potent medicinal ingredient, but also as an object of spiritual, cultural, and economic significance. Thank you.